Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna make my Hieratic artifact deck profile. So please tell me exactly what you think. And one time I went to a tournament with that deck, and somehow, I was doing pretty good though. So in the first round, I faced BA, and I finished the round 2-1. I won it 2-1. And next round I faced the Taylor Knights. I won it 2-0. And then third round I faced Pepe, and I won that round surprisingly, 2-1. And then the only thing that I lost to was Monarch, but like it's not even because Monarch was a better deck or something like that. It was just a misplace. And there was like a lot of frustration going on. So, you know, so you guys, you know what, just let me know what you think though. Um so as you already see, one red metal, it's a dragon deck, so why not? Three Tefnoid. So the three Tef is like the cyber dragon of the deck. Three Su, so I can pop your back row, MSC. Three Asset is a normal summon of the deck. And since we run artifacts with that deck, so Asset is gonna be like you want need Asset more than ever though. Because most of the time you're just gonna have, your artifact on the board, so definitely you're just gonna become a dead card in your hand. So most of the time you're just gonna search for Asset. Next we have three Neptet. Still run the three Neptet. Why not? It gives me that extra special summon, and on top of that, I get to pop monsters. Not that I care about. Not that I care. I deeply care about popping your monster, but like reason why I just want to pop your monster is because I get, I get the sacrificing effect though, the graveyard effect whenever I pop a monster, even if the popping doesn't go through. I'm just trying to get my dragons out from the deck though. Next we have one Watel, one Lab, and one Serpent. I only run these three. And moving on to the artifact engines, one more attack, three sight, three sight. So it also stopped. It also stopped pendulum. It also stopped pendulum because whenever you keep popping, pendulum monsters or the scale, they go straight into the extra deck, and you get outside, they can ask for summon those monsters. One big attack, so I can pop my own artifacts whenever it gets summoned, and that's it for the monster lineup though. Moving on to the spell cards, three convocation, three chicken gang, three upstart. It's for my draw powers, so I get to my cards faster. And one soul charge. Keep in mind that we run Hieratic dragons, so most of the time your dragons, you're gonna have a graveyard full of dragons, so you do all that. Okay, so I just soul charge after that, bring everything right back, and do more broken plays though. One twin twister. Not two. I do need my hand, so one is just fine. And on top of that, like if I got some dead artifact cards, on my field, I can just pop them myself on their turn and they just go off though. Two, ignition. That card along with Ultimate is pretty broken. You can just set ignition and Ultimate goes off, get something out, and pass turn. So they draw a card on their turn, you just activate ignition, pop whatever they have or whatever you have, and then he sets one artifact straight from your deck though. And because the card was set, in your spell trap zone, Ultimate, like the Crimson Dragon, just gonna trigger. And you'll get like another dragon from your extra deck. Pretty broken though. Three Sanctum, one call. I know. I'm just feeling too. I was just too lazy to get my call, so yeah. One warning. Warning still pretty good. I can get any summon, so they try to pendulum summon a lot of monsters. Okay, you know what? Just pay 2K, you lose it all. And one vanities. You get a crazy board, so you know what? You don't want the that special summon. You just lock the field, and that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, we run Why not? It's Hieratic deck. I never used to run two. One just fine because you don't really need this guy. And even if they do try to stop him, you still got the Crimson Dragon Plague. So one just fine. And most of the time just end up making the Crimson Dragon though. So one just fine. One M7, one Pleiades, bounce. So you can bounce anything. And whenever you add the materials, right? Just like overlay, put M7 on top. And something I thought about doing was activate the artifact ignition to pop whatever they have, and then I chain Pleiades to bounce that same ignition when I already got the Crimson Dragon though. And then I just reset that or pop another card. It's pretty ridiculous. Next we have two Ultimia, one Star Eater. And because you run the artifact engine, so using your erratic monsters, you don't really have to use your level 5 erratic monsters, to make Star Eater. You can just use your artifact because they are level 5. So artifact plus the lab dragon equals it equals Star Eater. Even whenever you're trying to make a level 7, like trying to make level 7 synchros, so just use one artifact in Serpent. You got your level 7, so you don't need to use your erratic dragons because you kind of need your erratic dragons on the board just to keep proceeding to further plays though. When Trident Dragon, push for OTK, I pop my own chicken game, pop the dead card I have. GG. One Void Ogre. I burn my hand a lot, so topping it with Void Ogre is pretty beast. One Scarlight, one Crimson Bleeder, Kaiju's, Buster Bleeder, and anything else that run level 5 and higher, just like Monarchs. Crimson Bleeder slow it down. My bad. Scrap Dragon, pop my own chicken game, pop a card you have, or pop a dead card I have, pop a card you have to gain one Spark. Spark combination with Scrap Dragon. It's pretty good. One Stardust. Spirit Summon a lot. I get like a broken field. I do not want to lose my field to a Regeki or Dark Hole, so Soul's Dragon. It's just in there for protection. One Michael. Anything that cannot be destroyed, just banish that. And one Clear Wing, because Clear Wing's still pretty good. All my monsters are level 5 and higher, so Clear Wing just like protects everything. And that's it for the extra deck. Now moving on to the side deck though. Two Lencias, Cosmos, Chobis, but mainly Cosmos. Three Quackimio Dragos, and that's why I was able to run against BA and Talonites. Three Dragos, and I do run artifact size, so Dante cannot come out because of artifact size. And furthermore, you can't even special summon at all because I got Dragos. So that's why they lose. And also Dragos stop Cosmos. It's also for Cosmos. Now one Iron Wall. I used to run two, but I just had to cut it down to one because people now main Twin Twisters. If they don't main it, decided. So most of the time, my Emperor Iron was just gonna get popped with Twin Twisters. And that's why I got it two Lencias instead though. So it's one Iron Wall. It's also for Cosmos or anything that benches though. Next we have two Green Horn. For that pendulum hate. You're trying to pendulum something in a whole bunch of monsters, or it's the Talonite they try to overlay, so you know what? I just negate your summon, you draw your card in, proceed to battle phase. But hey, most of the time you just got nothing. One TT. It's pretty good against Talonites too, because they summon like all the homies in one turn. Just blow it all up and you lose it all. And they pendulum summon. Okay, so you lose your entire field. Bottomless. Still pendulum hate. And also Cosmos, like they try to tag out to bring out Dog Destroyer or Sleep Rider or Forerunner. You get bottomless. To finish chain. Reason why I'm gonna finish chain right now is because I don't have my time space trap holes. So once I get my time space trap holes, I'm just gonna take out the finish chains and run that instead though. One artifact ignition. Why? Because Monarchs. So they play a lot of they play a lot of spells and traps. So I'm just gonna like pop everything. But I'm probably gonna take it out for spell shattering arrows and see how it goes. One twin twister and one regeki. And that's it for the entire deck. So guys, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, subscribe, and even like the video if you liked it. And tell me exactly what you think about the deck. Okay? Signing out.